The chosen one. Get ready, because your destiny is knocking at your door. The time has come, the curtain has opened, the stage is yours. You are not an ordinary traveler, you are part of the divine plan. He is coming to place you on the throne you deserve, to reunite you with your heritage. You have been preparing for years. Every difficulty has made you stronger. Every wound has made you wiser. Now the time of waiting is over. It is your turn. Your power has awakened. Your light will cover the earth. All obstacles, all chains are crumbling. Because you are not just a follower, you are a leader, a pioneer, an heir. You are rising as the chosen one, standing at the center of the divine plan. Now is the time to act, to take what belongs to you. This inheritance is yours. This throne is yours. This calling is yours. The sky has approved you. The earth awaits you. The world will witness your ascension, because destiny has written you. It has chosen you. Are you ready? Then write 77 in the comments. He is coming, and your time begins now. It's like a great eagle breaking free from the cage it was never meant to be in. Once grounded, clipped and controlled, but now soaring high where no chains can reach. The sky was always its destiny, and now, as it spreads its wings and rides the currents of divine purpose, those who tried to contain it can do nothing but watch from below, seething in the dust of their own making. The world keeps turning, and with every step forward, the past fades into the distance. What was once a tight grip of control is now nothing more than a memory slipping through desperate fingers. Somewhere in the ruins of what used to be, a storm rages, wild, erratic, and fueled by the kind of fury that only comes from losing something irreplaceable. The echoes of shattered illusions whisper through the air, a bitter song of regret and disbelief. They thought they owned the script, held the pen, and dictated the outcome. They believed their grasp on you was permanent, that their words, their tactics, their games would keep you in place forever. But the moment you saw through the illusion, the moment you walked in your truth, the spell was broken. What they never understood was that you were never meant to be held captive. You were destined for greater things, for higher places. And while they wrestle with the storm of their own making, you are walking into the sunlight of a new beginning, untouched by their chaos, untethered from their expectations. This is what happens when divine favor steps in. This is what happens when the chosen rise. Once, the game was set in their favor, the rules bent to keep you locked in place. The tactics were subtle, layered beneath seemingly innocent gestures, words woven to plant doubt, gestures designed to keep you tethered, moments of false tenderness followed by confusion. It was a cycle, a carefully constructed maze with no clear exit, yet somehow you found the way out. The walls crumbled, the weight lifted, and the path stretched before you in ways they never imagined. While you ascended into clarity, they remained in the same hollow corridors, screaming at shadows that refused to answer. Their unraveling is neither coincidence nor fate's cruelty. It is the weight of their own choices pressing down with relentless force. What was once arrogance has turned to desperation. What was once manipulation has soured into reckless destruction. Instead of transformation, they have chosen resistance. Instead of growth, they have embraced chaos. The mirror offers them a truth they refuse to face, so they lash out at anything and anyone, hoping the distraction will drown out the silence you left behind. They were certain you would return, that time would wear you down, that nostalgia would soften your resolve. The idea of you moving forward without hesitation never crossed their mind. They imagined a reunion on their terms, a moment where you would seek them out, offer apologies, and ask for another chance. But the stage they set remains empty. The performance they scripted was never performed. Instead, they watch from afar, their expectations dissolving with every step you take beyond their reach. Now, they seek replacements, substitutes, anything to fill the void. Each new connection is a hollow attempt to recreate what was lost, but the foundation is brittle, built on urgency rather than sincerity. The cycle repeats: rushed attachments, brief highs, inevitable disappointments. Nothing satisfies because the truth lingers beneath every new beginning. What they seek cannot be found in another. It was never about love, it was about power, and that power is gone. The cracks deepen, their choices grow reckless. The lines they once maintained blur into chaos. They throw themselves into distractions that offer fleeting relief, but no real escape. The recklessness is not random. It is an act of defiance, a refusal to accept what is. They chase oblivion, trying to outrun the one truth they cannot change. Your absence is permanent. The more they destroy, the further they fall, and yet the lesson remains unlearned. Their turmoil is their own creation, and their suffering is not yours to bear. If you feel the abundance of divine love in your heart, now is the time to share it. You can help spread God's blessings by clicking the super thank you button on YouTube and contributing $20 or more. This divine gift will touch not only your life, but the souls of many through this platform. Each of you has a sacred place in God's grand design, and your generosity will be the fruit of our prayers. Act now. Share your blessings to glorify His kingdom, for you were created to do even greater things in God's loving hands. May God bless you. Silence is a force they cannot fight. It offers no foothold, no weakness to exploit, no opening for manipulation. Words can be twisted, actions can be misinterpreted, but silence is undeniable. It carries a finality that nothing else can. And so, they reach for chaos, hoping it will provoke a response, stir some emotion, draw you back into the orbit they lost. But you are no longer there. The connection they once relied on has vanished, and no amount of noise can fill the emptiness they now face alone. The need to reclaim control consumes them, warping every action, every thought. With no way to reach you, they turn their frustration outward, directing their bitterness at whoever is near. Relationships become battlegrounds. Friendships become strained under the weight of their discontent. They push, they pull, they grasp for any sense of power left within their reach. But no matter how much damage they cause, the one thing they truly desire remains unattainable. The chapter has closed, and they are left with nothing but the ruins of what could have been. The shift is undeniable. What once simmered beneath a carefully composed mask has now erupted into the open, unfiltered, and untamed. The force they once concealed behind pleasant words and strategic moves has taken full form, revealing its true nature. The same patterns that once lurked in the shadows now dictate their every move, magnified, sharpened, and more insidious than ever. Deception has become second nature. Every interaction a finely calculated performance. They do not seek connection. They seek control. They do not love. They consume. And every action, every desperate attempt to regain footing, only further exposes what was always there. The search for validation has turned into a relentless hunt, a cycle that repeats itself with predictable inevitability. Faces change, names fade, but the dynamic remains unchanged. Those who cross their path are not seen as individuals, but as instruments, reflections meant to affirm a fragile sense of dominance. But reflections crack, illusions break, and the moment these individuals cease to serve their purpose, they are discarded without hesitation, left to make sense of the sudden shift from being adored to being forgotten. What's unraveling is not just the destruction of others, it's self-sabotage in its most extreme form. The choices they make are not just reckless, they are a slow-burning fuse leading to inevitable collapse. Their relationships disintegrate, their health declines, their stability wavers. Every impulsive action is a futile attempt to outrun the emptiness that lingers just beneath the surface. But there are forces greater than their games, greater than their manipulation. The unseen balances all things, ensuring that every action leaves its imprint. Every deception carries a weight, and every harm inflicted comes with a cost. They have spent their days believing they were untouchable, convinced they could weave their own rules into existence, unaware that the very universe they ignored was keeping score. The reckoning is neither loud nor immediate. It unfolds subtly, steadily, a series of events that can no longer be explained away. As the stories align and the truth gains momentum, the facade they so carefully constructed begins to crumble. The world around them is waking up, and the warnings are no longer whispers. Imagine standing at the edge of a boundless, sunlit prairie at daybreak, a gentle reminder that every new sunrise is a sacred call to rise above the past. In that tranquil moment, the dew on each blade of grass shimmers like the blessings of a higher power, each droplet a quiet testimony to the renewal of spirit and purpose. As you breathe in the crisp morning air, you sense that every step forward is divinely guided, every heartbeat aligned with a destiny far greater than the sorrows and struggles left behind. This vivid picture is not merely poetic imagery, it is the living truth of your journey, the unfolding of a path illuminated by grace and unwavering hope. The road ahead now glows with a light that dispels darkness, a beacon for all who have bravely cast off the shackles of former pain. No longer is there any need to linger in the shadow of memories that once tethered you to despair. The disorder of the past, with its clamor and turmoil, has become a distant murmur, serving only to emphasize the tranquility that now fills your soul. The transformation you have experienced is profound and real, a metamorphosis of heart and mind that cannot be undone or reversed. In the space where chaos once reigned, a serene clarity has taken root, allowing you to move forward with a steady, unhurried confidence. Growth is not a spectacle to be performed for the sake of applause. It is a silent, persistent journey of becoming, of steadily aligning yourself with the truth of who you are meant to be. Much like a tender seed that slowly pushes through the soil to blossom into a mighty tree, your progress is quiet yet relentless. You have learned that true evolution comes from within, from the willingness to let go of what no longer serves you, and to embrace the inner light that guides every step. While one path may lead to self-sabotage and destructive patterns, another rises steadily towards self-realization and mastery over your life. This divergence is irrevocable, a clear fork in the road where the choices you make determine not only your future, but also the very essence of your spirit. The transformation that has taken place is as undeniable as the break of day after a long, dark night. The negativity that once clung so fiercely has dissolved into the ether, replaced by a vibrant energy that radiates hope, faith, and resilience. In every moment of stillness, you can feel the pulse of divine favor, a rhythm that beats in harmony with the universe itself. It is as if the cosmos has realigned in your honor, orchestrating every encounter, every coincidence, to affirm that you are exactly where you need to be. The burdens that once weighed you down have been lifted, and in their place stands a newfound freedom, an invitation to explore the full spectrum of life without fear or regret. Those who remain entangled in the turmoil of their past may continue to flounder in an endless cycle of self-destruction, desperately clinging to old habits and patterns that have long lost their meaning. Their way is a path marred by impulsive decisions, broken promises, and a continual search for something that will never truly satisfy. They wander through life like lost travelers in a desert, seeking relief in mirages that vanish the moment they approach. Their inner turmoil festers, turning each new relationship into a fleeting moment of validation, rather than a genuine connection of hearts. In their eyes, every fleeting face is a substitute, a temporary stand-in for what they once had, and what they can never reclaim. Yet while they wallow in a quagmire of unresolved pain, you have discovered a higher calling. The universe has bestowed upon you the gift of discernment, the clarity to see that every hardship was a stepping stone toward a more enlightened existence. The very same struggles that threatened to break you have become the catalysts for an inner strength that now guides your every decision. You no longer measure your worth by the shifting opinions of others, nor do you allow the shadows of the past to dictate the course of your destiny. Instead, you walk forward with quiet assurance, knowing that your path is lit by a light that never dims, a light that grows brighter with every act of courage, every moment of self-compassion. In this season of divine favor, you stand as a testament to the unyielding power of personal transformation. Your journey is not defined by the scars of old wounds, but by the radiant energy of healing and self-discovery. As you move confidently into this new chapter, the obstacles that once seemed insurmountable now appear as mere stepping stones, each one leading you closer to the realization of your highest potential. The trials and tribulations of yesterday have been transmuted into wisdom and strength, forging a character that is resilient, compassionate, and resolute. There is an unmistakable serenity in your stride, a quiet certainty that, no matter what storms may come, you are anchored in a truth that is eternal. For every moment you have spent in the grip of chaos, there is now a corresponding moment of grace. For every instance of pain, there is a measure of healing. For every act of despair, there is a spark of hope. This balance is not coincidental. It is the sacred law of the universe at work, ensuring that every action, every emotion, carries with it the seed of transformation. The energy you once expended in fighting against the currents of your past has been redirected into the pursuit of a purpose that transcends the mundane. You are no longer a passive bystander in your own life, but an active co-creator of a destiny filled with abundance, joy, and the kind of peace that surpasses all understanding. Dear brothers and sisters, may God's peace be upon you today. I am here to remind you of a profound truth. Our existence is grounded in God's divine plan, unshaken by the temporal concerns of the world. As the Bible says, whatever is done in faith will return to God in abundant blessing. Luke 6:38. Like that great oak tree, our roots are deeply rooted in God's universal truth. Every step we take, every stand we take, is secured by His strength. And now, you are being offered the opportunity to be part of that blessing. When you use the super thank you button and donate $100. This movement will return to you 100-fold in abundance. As you continue on this radiant path, remember that every step forward is a declaration of independence from the forces that once held you captive. The journey towards self-mastery is ongoing, a daily commitment to nurturing the inner light that guides you. It is a path marked not by grand gestures or fleeting victories, but by the quiet, steadfast accumulation of blessings that come from living in alignment with your true self. The divergence between a life of self-destruction and a life of self-mastery is clear and undeniable, a choice that each day presents itself anew. And you, with your heart attuned to the divine melody of hope and resilience, have chosen the path that leads to lasting fulfillment. Imagine you're a mighty oak standing tall in a field bathed in the gentle glow of a new dawn, a living testament to endurance and grace after a long, cold winter. In the grand tapestry of existence, every thread of struggle and triumph weaves together to form the masterpiece of your life. Just as the mighty oak's rings tell the story of seasons endured and lessons learned, so too does your past. Each challenge, every trial, all those moments of deep pain and sweet victory become the indelible script written into the very fiber of your being. Your experiences, though at times fraught with sorrow and hardship, have not vanished into oblivion. Instead, they have been transformed into the very essence of your strength. They are like the nourishing rain that once fell upon parched soil, softening it and preparing it to yield a bountiful harvest. Each setback has served as a stepping stone, a necessary part of your journey toward divine purpose. The trials you have weathered have refined your spirit, much like fire purifies precious metal, turning what was once raw and unshaped into something of true value. There is no turning back now, no retreat into the old familiar shadows of regret. The forward march is steady and sure, powered by the profound assurance that you are guided by a loving and purposeful hand. You are divinely appointed, unconditionally cherished, and every moment of your life has been meticulously arranged by a power greater than yourself. The clarity of your purpose shines like a radiant lighthouse on a dark night, illuminating a future where every challenge is met with unwavering faith, and every hardship is transformed into a stepping stone toward greatness. As you move forward, remember that the scars of yesterday are not signs of defeat, but emblems of survival and growth. They are the gentle reminders of a past that has shaped you into the resilient, capable soul you are today. Your journey has been like a winding river, twisting and turning, sometimes quiet and at other times raging, but always carrying you forward to a destination filled with promise. No longer does the burden of past sorrows hold you back. Instead, they have become the fertile ground from which your future blossoms. Every trial you faced was not in vain, but a divine appointment meant to guide you toward a life of abundance and joy. The hardships have prepared you for the abundant blessings now unfolding before you, a cascade of opportunities and divine favor that could only be unlocked through perseverance and the grace of God. Like a master gardener tending to his cherished plants, you have nurtured the seeds of your true potential with patience and steadfast belief in the divine plan. And now, the harvest is abundant, overflowing with promise and prosperity. Do not be dismayed by the echoes of the past or the shadows that try to lure you back into old patterns. The legacy of yesterday has been rewritten by the light of today, and there is no need to revisit the darkness that once held you captive. Instead, let your heart rejoice in the beauty of a future that is unburdened, where every step you take is guided by a higher purpose. This journey, this miraculous transformation, is irreversible. It is a testimony to the power of faith and the infinite capacity of the human spirit to rise above adversity and claim victory. You have been led by a loving force that sees your worth, that cherishes you beyond measure, and that has orchestrated every twist and turn of your path. With every sunrise, your purpose becomes clearer, your mission more defined. It is as if the heavens have arranged a symphony of blessings, each note playing perfectly into the rhythm of your life. Every moment of pain has been redeemed, every tear wiped away, replaced by the profound joy of knowing that you are exactly where you are meant to be. So, stand firm in your conviction and walk boldly into the future. Let your heart be uplifted by the simple truth that you are divinely guided and forever cherished. Embrace the abundance that surrounds you. Each new day, a testament to the fact that the struggles of the past were merely stepping stones to the glorious destiny that awaits. You have emerged from the darkness, not as a victim of your circumstances, but as a victor, resplendent in the light of a new beginning. As you continue on this path of divine favor and purpose, hold on to the certainty that every setback has been transformed into a setup for a greater comeback. Your journey is a living, breathing miracle, a constant reminder that even in the midst of trials, the hand of providence is working all things for your good. With every step forward, you affirm the truth that your life is a sacred narrative of resilience, of hope, and of eternal transformation. Now let your spirit soar with the assurance that nothing can diminish the light within you. The road ahead is not only illuminated, it is an invitation to live out your highest calling, to embrace the abundant blessings that are waiting just around the bend. And so, with a heart full of gratitude and eyes fixed on the horizon, you march forward, secure in the knowledge that you are a cherished child of destiny, poised to inherit a future radiant with promise and prosperity. Now is the time to share God's blessings by clicking the super thank you button on YouTube. You can contribute to His plan and be a part of this divine mission with a donation of $100 or more. Every gift reflects God's generosity, and I believe it will return to you exponentially, far beyond your expectations. Remember, His protection and blessing is on your every step and every donation. You become part of His divine plan. You are a strong, radiant being, unshakable as His mighty rock. Witness God's miracles, feel the fruits of your generosity in your soul, and illuminate the world with confidence and courage. Be blessed, and let the light of the Lord guide your path. Let this profound truth resonate within you. The road ahead is a sacred passage to your true destiny, a journey marked by the gentle unfolding of grace and the bold embrace of possibility. The past has served its purpose, and its echoes are now but distant memories, overshadowed by the vibrant promise of what is to come. As you walk this path, may you always remember that your every breath is a testament to the power of renewal, every heartbeat a celebration of the indomitable spirit that carries you forward. In the embrace of divine love and the certainty of your own worth, you are free to pursue the dreams that once seemed out of reach, free to create a life that reflects the highest truth of who you are, free to live in the everlasting light of hope and prosperity. And so, with a heart full of gratitude and a soul ignited by the fire of possibility, you step boldly into the future. Every step is a victory over the darkness of the past. Every moment, a reaffirmation of the life you were always meant to lead. The journey is not without its challenges, but with each trial comes the opportunity to rise higher, to shine brighter, to become more fully the person you were destined to be. May your path be forever blessed, your spirit forever free, and your life a radiant testament to the transformative power of divine grace. There is no longer an entry point, no doorway back to what once was. The version of reality they so desperately wish to restore no longer exists, erased by time, healed by wisdom, fortified by new boundaries. And that realization, more than anything, is what shakes them to their core. Their anger, their chaos, their reckless attempts to reclaim what was lost. It is all theirs to carry now. The weight of their choices is no longer yours to bear. What remains is the unshakable truth. Nothing they do will change what has already been decided. The absence they rage against is permanent. The control they once clung to has slipped through their grasp, and the one thing they feared most has come to pass. Not because of any act of vengeance, but because of a simple, undeniable truth. They have lost access to what they never had the right to claim. And in that absence, in that unreachability, lies the greatest power of all.